I'm here at 105, probably the earliest start we've got here. This is the Jimmy Palumbo Show, show number 119. That's right. We are here live coming for the last time, from my shitty kitchen studio from downtown Mawa with my co-host, Dave Sturchio, joining us from downtown Matawan in a very nice studio. Of course, he's down there, Chop Sports Studios. Go check it out online. All kinds of services. Dave Sturchio, what is going on, my man?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. So, correct me if I'm wrong. You just said that. First of all, excuse my voice. I'm a little under the weather. That's what happens when you have kids and they go to daycare and it's a mess. But you just said that for the last time, you're going to be at the shitty kitchen studios. Are you just moving to another shitty kitchen studio?
Well,
Is that
rumor has it? Has it? Those who are in the media, Barstool's reporting on this, ESPN, Sirius XM, that the kitchen studios are going to be from live. There will no longer be a kitchen studio. We are moving into a dining room area studios, much more room against a gray wall. There'll be no more of this blue background over here. We'll have a little bit of a different setup. We'll see. Of course. Now, you know what? I'm bouncing, aren't I?
yeah. I was gonna say I'm getting a little motion sickness here.
You know what it is? I'm pathetic. I got a new. Okay, this show is going to be the top 5 worst show I've ever done. Let me tell you why. I'm using a different thing to hold my camera, and it's any kind of movement, it jiggles.
Oh man!
So I got to be now. If I remain, I already realized I can't use this anymore. This system is dead. Because watch, if I go, Dave, what are you talking about? Jiggle, 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 jiggle. So what it means is this. Those of you who are watching live here, Eric Davis checking in, it means that if I make a point when Jimmy wiggles, that means for instance, Volpe stinks. And there's the jiggle. The Knicks stink. There's the jiggle. All right. So I got to be careful what I'm doing here. Otherwise I jiggle. But my audio should sound good here, Shay.
It does.
All right. Well, this is show number 119. I'll be moving tomorrow is my closing day. I don't know. I'm packing. The place is a mess. I hate moving, those of you scoring at home. But I did find the time in the middle of my move here to pick up a card from kept it on the side. And I have a fine man who you remember, Mr. Ramiro Mendoza here.
I like it.
2001 card. It's available on eBay for $1.39. Now, he played 10 years in the bigs with the Yankees and the Red Sox. He was one of the few guys that played for Yankees in 2003 and the Red Sox back and forth and all that stuff. But you know what? I remember, the reason why Jimmy does this, I do this, I'm speaking in third person now. The reason why I do this show is it's not what the stats say. It's how me and my brother remember the guy. Okay. So I remember when he pitched, being very uncomfortable always when he was in the game, okay? And the stats prove that. He was 59-40 overall, but relief pitchers, wins and losses, that don't count. He was an ERA 4.30. He was a righty. He's 51 years old today. His best year was 98, where he went 10-2 with a 3.25 ERA. In the postseason, he was very good in the championship and division series, but he was awful in the World Series. He got smacked around pretty good. But he participated and was involved or whatever, affiliated with 5 World Series. So listen, this guy is your lucky charm. You have him on your team, you win. He was on, that's how it is. There was also rumors about him when he went on the disabled list and when he was a free agent that he had poor work habits, conditioning. Remember, he always looked kind of fat on the mound. But that, you know what conditioning means? That means when guys were showing up at the gym all the time and working out after games and before games, Ramiro Mendoza wasn't doing that. In today's game, these guys are like gym rats now. You know what I mean?
Well, sometimes that's detrimental. I mean, my dad always says he looks at Stanton and he goes, it looks like he's just wound too tight.
That's exactly. Listen. I couldn't agree with you more. My dad used to say, little skinny ball player slapping the ball all over the place. It's all about your wrist, your swing. It has nothing to do with. I said, yeah, Dad, but Stanton hits the ball 700 feet is a little different. But that was different. The wall's there. It doesn't matter how far it goes. If you look at that's true with all this stuff. If you watch even during the Jordan era, his beginning of his career. Everybody,
They
I
all
would
look
be like,
they all look like you.
yeah, I know. I would be like, although I would be like a giant center plug in the middle at 210 right now.
Yeah,
Here
just
we drafted
barreling back.
Palumbo. Palumbo in the third round. He's not too tall, but he will plug the middle. You can't drive on him. Offensive foul and the next one I'm talking over. Yeah, so everybody just anyway, this guy, he ended up he played, you know how a guy ended up with the Newark Bears, played for the Panama team. So this guy, was just not that good. However, he casually made $12 million as a major league pitcher in 10 years. So I'm a jerk off. But that's it. Ramiro Mendoza. I understand you don't have a guy. That's fine.
I was up
it's
against
really all about me.
against,
it's still for now. It's still my show. We're weeks away from Dave Sturchio with Jimmy Palumbo. You know what we should do? We should combine our shows, the Dave Sturchio show. But we'll do it live simultaneously. You have to just like
simulcast.
Let Dave talk for a little bit and Jimmy talk for a little bit, but we never talk to each other. We just do our shows live together. But that's it. Ramiro Mendoza. Again, that's how it is. I forgot. I should have reminded you to get a card. Or you need a stack of baseball cards, and we'll do it that
80,000 cards in this office now that Chris is doing the card thing, and I'm just like, I literally I sat down and I got in, I was like, all right, we're ready to go. Damn card. I don't have a card.
Well, listen, the preparation we both do for the show is just immense as my head jiggles again. I got shit. See, there he goes again. This is awful. Oh my God. I thought I had it. See how it's much tighter and nicer. I thought I was doing good. It looks like I'm looking at you better. I'm going back to the old way. Anyway, so Patreon. We are back into the Jimmy Palumbo, mired at 32. I can't believe, though, at 32 Patreons, we cannot add a Patrick Ewing. There's got to be a shitty Knick fan out there that says, you know what? I love Patrick Ewing. I want to be number 33. But no, instead, we got Alex Tetzena, who played awful last time I played softball with him. He's going to laugh at me with that. My sister, Big Mike DeMosi. My mom, my cousin Joe, Rob Pastor, Kappa Sig in the 80s, getting involved. James Kanowitz, can't get in touch with him, but he buys shirts for me, from which Chop Sports owes me $5. We have my nephew, my other nephew. This is the other nephew time. Jimmy Riccardi, John Henry Riccardi, Eric Palumbo, Mike Caprio, who, let me tell you something fun about Michael Caprio. He's part of Cornhole Level, right? Mm-hmm. He also needs carpets cleaned, so he's calling Oxy Magic USA. So what it is my sponsors are either have previously slept with each other 25 years ago, or they only use each other for business. So it's all a big a family. It's incestuous. If you're Absolute Eyewear, you have to use Oxy Cleaning. If you're Oxy Cleaning, you got to get your eye. Chop Sports is buying glasses.
Who do you think cleans the carpets at Absolute Eyewear?
Oxy Magic USA, which we'll get to later. All right, then we got Darryl Clark, LSU, with a big win there, won the College World Series. For some reason, I like women's softball better than the men's baseball. I don't know why that is. It was still cool, though. Then we got Greg Castellino Miller over there in Colonia. Shecky Lawler getting involved here. Dave Benz, 16 years. Pat Volkemer, everybody's favorite poster on the Chop Sports Facebook page. Martin Walsack, Colonia. Michael Deege from Beer League. We'll get to that. Janine Michaud, everybody's favorite sponsor. Robin Achane Barna. John Henry, my cousin. Greg Alpern, my other producer. Bobby Palumbo nephew. Tommy Palumbo nephew. Tyson Hogan, the best Patreon member, because nobody knows who he is, but he always texts me and loves Beer League.
He likes all the stuff.
Right.
He likes now that I'm running your social media, he likes everything.
He's all in. So Tyson Hogan is number one, even though he's ranked 26 in the country on my Patreon. Then you got Louis Viccidomini, Brian Shevin, my friend from Colonia, also my first roommate at the Rutgers McScarlet Night campus. Joe Sinacor from Ramsey and Mawa. Kyle Kerms getting involved. Mr. Gambler, he's the one who knows all about the gambling, right? That runs that gambling site.
Bro, he's built an empire on gambling right now. He's like a literally self-made millionaire.
Oh, that's great. Well, why don't he post my Beer League shit on his self-made millionaire crap? So I love it. He makes money, and none of all the gamblers don't, because I know.
No.
I was on a Scott Farrell show for 1 year. He was like, 7 for 9 again, 8 for 9 again.
Listen, he does well. I know. You know what's funny? He did ask to be, I think somebody's love interest in the new beer in the additional beer leagues thing. And if you cast him, I guarantee you he'll be one of those $5,000 donations. I guarantee you.
Listen, Kyle Curbs is now getting involved here. Again, we're incestuous here at Shea. It's always listen. Bottom line is this: if we don't know you, we want nothing to do with you. I don't want new fans. I want the core of my fans. You know what we're going to be like? This show is going to be like the Tampa Bay Devil. I mean, the New Jersey Devils. There's only 20,000 fans in the world. All 20,000 go to the games. Only 20,000 people watch on TV, and they're very good. And they have like nine championships, and nobody cares. Did I miss Bob Sheehan?
I didn't hear his name. Wow.
Bob Sheehan just checked in. Bob, I don't think you're on my Patreon, are you, bro? By the way,
this isn't him just reciting Friends.
I'm just going over Friends here, Bob. You have to listen. If you want to pay $3, Bob, then I will say your name every week,
which he actually just got for free just now. So he beat the system here.
Kind of blew that. But anyway, Of course, we got Ed McDermott at number 31 from Ramsey, and number 32, Will Pena, getting involved here from the Army. That's my Patreon, and we're mired in a slump. We'll be back. Of course, since we're talking about Janine Michaud, we must mention the all-time sponsor of all time, Absolute Eyewear, 42 Main Street, Woodbridge, New Jersey, 732-326-3937. Craig and Janine getting involved. Of course, Craig was my right center fielder for 100 years. All-time strikeout leader. I just love saying that. You can't take that away from you, Greg. You struck out looking, fouling on 2 strikes, and you name every way to strike
It's
out.
like a young Chris Gucci in his prime.
Oh, no doubt about it. Anyway, they're full-service opticians. Listen, even though he struck out on the softball field, he does not strike out when it comes to Absolute Eyewear. He works side by side at Shea next to his sister. They got everything, full prescription stuff, eye exams, classes for the kids, discounts if you mention my name, and they're in Woodbridge down by the train station. Bottom line is, when you leave there, Dave, you don't feel like a jerk off. And that's the best thing. Everybody loves them. Go check them out. And of course, if you're looking for different kinds of brands, your attention, please. All rise. Now available at Absolute Eyewear, Ray-Ban, Coach. I sound like I'm reading when they announced the guys who died at Old Timers Day. You remember that?
Or a visitor's lineup.
Hector Lopez. We honor in memoriam. It'd be like,
moment of silence.
Gene Woodling. And then it would always be like a woman who worked as a secretary in the it would be like, Kerry Smith, and it would say like secretary. Anyway, but they have Ray-Ban, Coach, Ralph Lauren, Dave Sturchio's Jimmy Choo, Silhouette, Michael Kors, Vogue, Maui Jim, Costa Del Mar, which she sent me for free. She didn't bill me yet. And also Charles Oakley shows up at the store wearing his own glasses.
I got to get back in there, actually. I need to switcheroo.
So that's it there. Now it's time to get to the really nitty-gritty of our show. Look at Troy Chabaro chiming in. Maybe he was a lefty. A little line there from the original Beer League. Let's talk about Beer League. Well, they're all released now. I feel like singing that song. Please release me, let me go. And 11 people are watching, which is good. I had Dave Sturchio do my social media, and he bumped it up to 16 people. No, we're doing okay. We had a big. Well, I'll let you talk about it a little bit. I love what Kyle Kerms just wrote here. Serious question. Why would Ralph? You know what? If I could, hang on, Dave. This is where I gotta add this. Oh wait, it's not.
Oh, it'll be how to be a new comment.
It's got to be new. All right. Kyle Kerms, who's going to be a big donor for the
sorry,
Beer
Kyle.
League. He's doing so well. So, serious question. Why would Ralph Macchio send Artie from third with 2 outs when a single could have tied the game? Worst third base coaching of all time. How did he not get criticized? Well, listen, Kyle, very interesting. However, and I'm going to put this out to my crazy-ass audience. Matter of fact, Dave, you're putting together a post for this. A buddy of mine has stated a few times, I haven't really done the research, that when you add up the runs scored it's wrong. We actually I forget whether we were either a run short or we actually won the game on Artie's
Can you
hit.
imagine?
So those of you scoring at home now, the director Frank Sebastiano says that is not true. By the way, Johnny Truno had like 11 hits in that scenario at the end. But someone needs to do some research on beer league. Like poor Dave is he's gonna be with his kids tonight. Honey, what are you doing? When the kids are bed, I gotta go watch the end of beer league to add it up.
Wife's gonna come down. What the fuck is the pitching machine? What is that?
So
enjoy it.
Beer League the series. I think if you go on
YouTube,
I think it's what is it?
YouTube.
No, the movie. Oh, Beer League the series. The question
is.
Oh, that's on YouTube. Just Google Beer League the series on YouTube, and it'll be right there. Please subscribe so we can get up to 1,000 subscribers because I need to pay my cable bill, maybe one cable bill over the course of a year. So anyway, and also please, if anybody can find out if we actually won or lost that game, or tied it, I should say.
The movie's on Amazon Prime, according to Kyle, so that's awesome.
I did not know. I thought it was moved off of that, but maybe you're right. Probably is.
Oh, that's the case.
No, you may have to pay $2. You may have to pay $1.99 for it.
If that's the case, I'll just join Jimmy's Patreon at this moment.
There you go. Just join my Patreon. I'll send you. Oh, I'm bouncing again. Worst technology guy ever. Well, I'm blaming it on the move. Our studios are, listen, they're packing up. I'm moving these studios, and they have to document everything because someday, maybe 20 years from now, there's going to be people living in here, and they may get a knock on the door from ESPN and say, "Listen, we really need to see the original shitty kitchen studios." I may do one. I may knock on the door and say, "Hey, listen, what's your name, Mr. and Mrs. So and So? Do you mind if I do one last show here, just like 6 years from now?"
They're sitting and they're just they're trying to enjoy their Sunday meal, and you're just like, I'm just going to sit right here. You won't even know I'm here.
I'll put this blue thing up and go, show number 478, getting involved here from the Omni. Anyway, so Beer League, well, let's talk about it. So, first of all, we got some good reviews for sure. We also got like reviews that I kind of covered this last week a little bit, but people are like, oh, they're so short. Well, that's I never said, I guess the word series, people think Cobra Kai or series.
And you hear the word episodes too. So you think 20, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah. And that's not what we ever intended to do. And we're sitting at the bar the whole time because they're only 3 minutes and guys drink for a long time at the bar. And we're just introducing all the characters. And so that's what it was always intended to be. In the next go round, we're going to be at my house in Manganelli. Hopefully we get Artie involved, which I think might happen eventually. And maybe Ralph, I'll have to drive to his house and shoot something in his driveway. And you're going to get to know a little bit more about each guy. But of course, in order to do that, we do have to raise money on Indiegogo.com. Go to INDIEGoGo.com. and type in Beer League the series and throw a few dollars. I think we give you a t-shirt, or if you give big money though, you get like a little extra roll in it. So Kyle,
I think the top one, you actually get a speaking role.
Yeah.
You get a real.
So Kyle, just, just sign up and I'll put you in the movie. If you write a large check, maybe we'll even wear whatever your website is. That'll be the name of our team. There's no
the Sauce Network.
Oh yeah, that'll be who you playing with? Oh, it's like Ed's Bar and Swill going against the Sauce here at Shea. But no, I'm only kidding, Kyle. You don't have. Well, you do have to kind of donate now. But, so you know what? This is like I'm just gonna force people to like donate Patreon.
Gun their head. Like,
listen,
just do it.
Just because Joe Rogan's got an early lead on me. But I want to, maybe the early Joe Rogan days I was podcasting. No one even had a computer when he started. He had like a telephone can to his buddy across the street. And he counts that as a podcast. So maybe in the early days, look at that, Cara Bono. Yeah, I'm going to get it. She'll do it too. I'm friends with Cara Bono. Anyway, I'm reading stuff off a chat that no one else can hear, which is terrible podcasting. So Kyle, I'll have to say what you're saying as I jiggle. There's the jiggle.
There's the jiggle.
So how do you think it's going? I mean, what are we going to do now to increase? What kind of promotions we're going to be doing? What's your thoughts on all this?
I first of all, I think that, every single one of them has at least something in it where it'll be memorable. Of the 5 episodes, there's always a good one-liner or two. It's good conversation pieces. Good extra work. I loved Tim's cameo at the end. I think that was hilarious. With you guys forgot about me, didn't you?
Right.
Just like, why am I the only one in this cell? Like that's it's some of the funniest shit ever from the original, and I'm glad you paid homage to it in multiple ways. I think that there's going to be more YouTube shorts and Instagram reels and stuff like that. We'll do the best we can to promote this, but the real thing is to really try to get it going forward. I know you guys have like a couple more in the can already, and I know a lot of the guys are on board and stuff, and it's good to see all these faces back, and I think it's going to be a hit. You just need the right support.
Yep, that's what look at it. Is Beer League available on Roku? No, it's available on YouTube. It's a webisode kind of deal. Darcy Stadler.
Dorothy, go on YouTube on your Roku. There you go. Done. You could do that.
Look at that. See, that's why I got guys for that now. I got technology guys for that.
Yeah, there you go.
Of course, I text Dave over the weekend, and he said, guys, you know what? I just found out. Dave gave me something very important. Maybe you guys, Kyle, you got to know this. Did you guys know the internet shuts down Friday around 6:00? Kyle, it's like, if you're wondering why your business is slowing down, because what happens at 6:00, the internet shuts down, and it doesn't start till Dave goes to the gym at 7. It doesn't start until 9 a.m. on Monday. I didn't know this. I was I was trying to go on Facebook, and I couldn't get anything.
That was
so Dave told me that the internet and all of social media over the weekend is shut down. It's mind-boggling.
No.
Dave,
first of all,
a little more on that.
First of all, you interrupted me during a diner visit with my kids, and so I was like, hold on. So listen, I have no problem talking to you guys over the weekend and strategizing and everything we got to do. But like, I think that the question you raised was, I was like, I don't have any answers for you at the moment, right? So that's all. It's not the internet doesn't shut down. I even said that last 2 weeks ago. I said, let this marinate over the weekend. We'll see what kind of views we get, blah, blah, blah. And that was my,
First of all, as soon as I hear the word marinate,
I'm gone.
Okay. The word marinate. Here's things as a Rutgers fan I don't want to hear. Marinate, a high ceiling, or when they recruit somebody and they just say he's an athlete, you know what that means?
Sam.
That means he stinks at every position. They don't know where to put him yet. Look at that, Sam Grasso. Family first, Dave. Laugh out loud.
Yep.
Of course, family's first. We
got some breaking news. I don't know if in the world of showbiz, I don't know if you want to hear this or not.
Sure.
But there is, so you know about Pat Sajak retiring from Wheel of Fortune.
Right. He's not dead, is he?
No, he didn't die. There's a replacement starting in 2024. The host of Wheel of Fortune is Ryan Seacrest. Will be hosting. That dude, how much shit can that guy possibly do?
let me educate you guys in the world of showbiz here. Okay, now, when you make an episode of Law and Order, okay, it goes into syndication. It costs like $3 million an episode. Okay, all those judge shows, the Pat Sajak shows, Hollywood Squares, all that stuff, they shoot them in one day, like 30 of them. Okay, so it costs $7 to make those. The host makes $1 billion, and then these shows air in syndication all over the world for millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. You have no idea the revenue they generate. So even though Pat Sajak's gone, it's not about Pat Sajak. It'll be like news for 2 weeks, and then he'll be flipping it. Although Vanna White looks like an aging LeBron alongside Bronny, short jumper. Yes. That's what I mean. She's just, at this point, listen, Vanna White, is getting like 7 points, 4 rebounds a game. I would say 11 minutes.
Vanna White is still batting third in my lineup.
You know what? You know what? Not me anymore. I think she's but she's definitely not wide receiver anymore. She's tight end over the blocking. She's a blocking tight end, and she's very good. Kidding me, Vanna White smoking out.
Friggin' Vanna White, come on now.
But by the way, next time, tell you what you do: Google early Vanna White, and she's got like the Miami Hurricane jersey on, and she's running down the sidelines. And now look at her now; she's like. They're running to her right side. She's blocking tight end.
She might be on like strings at this moment, just kind of like.
But and by the way, she doesn't even spin the tiles. She touches them and they blink and all that stuff. But no, these guys, it's millions of dollars, and probably Ryan Seacrest is involved in producing it. So, billions of dollars there. This guy. You know what? Well, the other guy, what's his name? Dick Clark. If you watch old television shows, it says Dick Clark Productions. Dick Clark.
And not for nothing. And not for nothing. After Dick Clark was done, it was Ryan Seacrest.
Well, I think Ryan Seacrest bought Dick Clark Productions. You know what though? I think Ryan Seacrest is making a big mistake. I think he should do two things to further his career. Because listen, I think Ryan Seacrest needs career advice. Number one, he should either sponsor or buy the Jimmy Palumbo show. That would be number one. You wouldn't get this jiggle. He would eliminate that. Okay. The second thing is, I think he should produce Beer League, the series. He does not have, I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure on all the Ryan Seacrest shows, there's not the word cocksucker. And listen, you need to have a full portfolio. You got to be PG rated, family viewing. But, some of your late night programming needs to be, solid.
He was in Knocked Up. He was in Knocked Up as himself. And he's like, why don't these kids cut the shit? Like, that was the one time he's ever cursed in his life.
Now, listen, if Ryan Seacrest wants to be in Beer League, the series, okay, first of all, that'll be a huge pain in the ass. I got to write a whole thing.
Yes.
But he has to donate on the Beer League, the series Indiegogo before he's getting in there. Okay?
$3.
And now Patreon, we'll see if we can get him in. Look at this. Grasso's busting my chops about Vanna White. I should change my thoughts on Vanna White.
You should.
She's still in the league. Don't get me wrong. But you guys, really my point is, okay, it's like Mantle in 67 and Mantle in 55. That's what I'm really saying. Okay. She is not winning the Triple Crown anymore compared to the other women on TV. I don't think so. The problem is she's probably older does anybody know how old Vanna White is? Dave, can you do a quick search on that?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So, of course, she's beautiful. I work with Michelle Pfeiffer. She's beautiful. Oh, Vanna White's not getting cut. No way. Sam Grasso is saying
66. She's your age, Jimmy.
She's 8 years older than me.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. You're 56. Sorry.
I'm 58.
Whatever.
Okay? Listen,
when you started with us, you were Lawrence Taylor.
All I'm saying is she's like Bill Cartwright with the Bulls, a very effective player. But there comes, it's like, how long is she going to go? Okay, let's turn this around. For some reason, I'm bashing Vanna White. I don't even know who the hell she is. I mean, I don't know anything about her, really, other than she spins the tile. Put it this way. I guess my point is Sam and these other jerk-offs. When Vanna White retires, okay.
She makes $3 million a year, by the way.
Oh but listen to me. When Vanna White retires and they bring another girl in, that's the player. They're not going to be like, how's this girl running a 4.2 40 at 5'10" at wide receiver? So anyway, no, Vanna White's great. She's been doing it a long time. Good for her. Longevity. So please go watch Beer League, the series. We need the support. I did, which brings us to, of course, this show's all over the place. Cornholelevel.com. That's right. If you're Dave, I know cornhole is sweeping the nation. It's like, it's bigger than pickleball, which is hard to say. I'm very good at cornhole level. I played 6 times, so I'm ranked. And but if you go to cornholelevel.com, the problem is people have parties and they got shitty cornhole boards. They're not level. They're crooked. Dave, you can't have that.
I got my daughter's 4th birthday coming this Saturday, and I have four cornhole levels on each one of my boards that are set up for the party. So
see that? Listen,
I'm well prepared.
Like, listen, I mean, your daughter texted me and says, I'm really nervous because dad doesn't have time to level the boards. I'm like, yes, he does. He's got the cornhole levelers. They're $19.95. And plus you get 20% off. It's a huge situation. If you just say JP Show or Chop Sports, something like that, or just call up Mike and say, I know Jimmy, and you get 20% off your entire order. So maybe you buy like a half a dozen of them. It levels the whole thing. Here it is right here. Of course, soon enough, you'll be able to get your favorite college team. You hook it right on. You move it around. I wish you could see let me see something here. I was just gonna say, I'm gonna move in close to my cornhole.
Jiggle.
Jiggle. There it is. See that little ball
nice.
In there?
Yeah.
You see it wiggling around there? That's the way it works. It's like a leveler. So go check it out. Cornholelevel.com. We just got another subscriber, David Hall, subscribing to Beer League, the series. Getting involved here from the Omni. All right. This show, I don't know. I don't think we're going to make it to an hour, this show, Dave.
Hey, listen.
which was fine by you. You can't wait. I
got things to
my
do,
whole thing
Jimmy,
is
including promote your ass.
The name of the show for a fee. The name of the show, I think it's going to be called Jimmy Palumbo and the Reluctant Co-Hosts. It's almost like you know what I feel like. I think there's like a judge in Middlesex County. Like, did you get caught speeding? And the judge said, you can either pay $400 or you got to host Jimmy Palumbo show for a little bit.
No. Even better. 24 hours of community service, which is co-hosting the Jimmy Palumbo show.
Yeah, so I've been contacted by Middlesex County Courthouse. Listen, Jim, I'm going to sending a lot of. So we may be having different co-hosts here.
Listen,
as long as nobody committed I won't deal with felonies unless you donate to Patreon or the Indiegogo beer league.
That's where their bail bond actually goes. It just goes right to you.
Instead of Chico's Patreon. Bail bonds, it's Jimmy Palumbo show bail bonds here at Shay. We could talk about the Yankees. This team.
Listen. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
I know you have more to say. The Yankees, again, the eye candy sitting on the couch. Sometimes a couple things about it. Number one, like my boy Giancarlo Stanton, although he's just not hitting. Donaldson 125.
He got benched.
And Stanton's 191. Volpe plays every game, which is cool. He's batting 195. To me, that's unacceptable. LeMahieu is down. He doesn't look right. But what bothers me the most is we don't have proper players to play their position. In other words, Volpe stinks, but he's a shortstop, so that's what he plays. Our outfield are guys that played a little bit in high school, or I shagged some flies last week with the guys, and balls are dropping in, the other day the balls were hitting off the wall, and I'm like, this guy looks like me out there in a softball game. Like, why can't we have a left fielder who's played there for 6 or more years, a center fielder who's played there for 6 or more years, and a right fielder / DH? That's all I want. I mean, it's just the outfield is awful. Their defense stinks. That play the other night with what's his name? He slid in. They called him safe, and he walked off the bag. I've never seen that before.
He literally called himself out. He's he must have got me.
And our bullpen ERA is good, really is, and we just don't hit. But then again, if Stanton starts to hit and these things are, but I tell you, my one big fear. I don't care what anybody says. I don't like this Aaron Judge toe thing, man.
Listen, I'll be honest. I don't think he's coming back.
I
don't think he's coming back.
Because you know what they kept on saying, if you notice, it's a rare injury. Very rarely do you tear a ligament in your toe.
Of course.
And one thing about your big toe, I've always known, they can't put it in a cast. If you break your toe, they can't put it in a cast. You got to wait it out. And this is a ligament, and your toe on a big guy like that, if he goes up to take a piss, the ligament's moving. I just got a bad feeling about this. This could be like one of those things. I was never the same after the toe. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope, because without him in the middle of the lineup, man, they're like a bunch of Johnny Trinos punching Judies, man. I don't know. What's your take on the Yanks?
It's weird because it's like a lot of these guys are struggling. You hit on the head a lot of the guys that are batting sub 200. It's like, you're a major leaguer, man. Let's step it up. But they're still winning games. So it's like they just took a series off of Texas, and Texas is playing really good baseball over the weekend. And there's a lot of complaints in the New York airwaves, and I'm just like, I can understand bitching and moaning every week, but there's still like 8, 7, 8, 9 games over 500. Which I know right now puts you as like the second wild card or whatever. But like there's a long summer ahead. The trade deadline's looming. You got to assume that they're going to be buyers and not sellers because they think they can make a run at this.
Well, I don't think they can sell their guys. They have to cut them.
It depends. I mean, look, you asked for a left fielder, center fielder before that's been playing there. We had one. He just wasn't playing. It was Aaron Hicks. He sucked. They had to get rid of him. Josh Donaldson, he got benched. So they made that move. They said, look, grab some bench. We'll get you when we get you, but right now you just need not to be in the lineup. So Boone is making these decisions, or at least Cashman is, and to better the team, because this year they still are in striking distance. Now the other team in New York, you can't say the same. You know what I mean? Like they're just to completely hit the skids, and they don't. Their wheels are spinning. But when it comes to the Yankees, because they're still in there's a fighting chance. And I'm not even looking for the division right now. I'm just looking to get in the dance. Once you get in the dance, anything can happen. But they got to make a move at the deadline. Carlos Rodon, just pitched his second rehab start in Somerset the other day. So he'll be back within probably a week or so. So there you're going to have your 1-2. Cole has been lights out.
I feel like, first of all, I feel like this guy Rodon was on the 78 Yankees and he's still on the team. I feel like he's been here for 11 years. And
it gave me Carl Pavano vibes when he hasn't got on the
and
mound
I think
yet.
of the name Rodon. Isn't that one of those like, Godzilla versus Rodon? I feel like it's like we got Rodon. What are you doing? I'm going to see Rodon pitch. What is it? We got anyway. He sounds like a shitty Marvel movie. Rodon. Yeah, you're right. What you just said. Anyway, I mean, listen. I know people say, "Oh, you Yankee fans got to calm down." It's just they just play like shit. And the Mets, on the other hand, look, Mets are a bust, man. Wow, and they lose awful games, weird games. I don't know. I just all of a sudden, Showalter looks like Burgess Meredith and Rocky. I don't know. I don't know. The Mets they're injured. They stink. I don't know.
Well, they're not pitching. They're not pitching. They spent $80 million on two guys that just haven't delivered yet. And the other day they got a nice performance out of Verlander and they couldn't hit. And then when they don't have a good thing, they'll lose 9-8. And it's just, bro, the other day, my dad's a Mets fan. He lost his mind. I mean, you know what? I correct that. He didn't lose his mind. He said, this is what's going to happen. And it happened because it was like clockwork. It was the eighth inning, bases loaded, hit batter, walk. That's how you blew a 6-4 lead.
Unbelievable.
I was like, what? Like that
really
happened.
The second hit by pitch batter, it's like it wasn't like inside on the elbow. No, it hit him like it was high, but almost like an eephus pitch. It was like, what are you doing over there? Awful in every way. The Mets fans have, which of course, when you listen to Frank the Tank online, it's just raging.
He's losing his damn mind.
They're losing his mind. I tell you, the problem with the Mets, they may turn it around second half, but they're far back. I think
they're 14 games out of first.
Well, that's not happening.
And 8 games out of the last wild card.
8 games is a lot, and we're like 11 teams ahead of them.
Yeah, we're in July.
Hard. That's hard, very hard. Anyway, that's that. Also, well, you know what I want to talk about too? I'm wearing the Rutgers hat today. I am wearing my beer league shirt, but Rutgers is so odd. They're recruit right now. Talk about an unsuccessful athletic program, right? Right now in football, we have the 24th ranked recruiting class. Okay, this team doesn't win more than 4 games ever, and they're ranked 24th. And in hoops right now, we're ranked 2. So that means like in the recruiting for basketball, all those great schools, name them, Duke, Kentucky, they're behind us. North Carolina's number 1, Rutgers is 2. Now, there's a lot of game between now and when the kids get on the court, and things could change. NIL, who knows? But the fact that we're ranked number 2, I mean, that is incredible. Until I see the games and the kids on the court, but mind-boggling. And the football team,
how many returning starters are coming back next year?
Like 3.
Okay.
We lost 2 though. We have guys off the bench that play. I don't know. I think they're going to stink next year. But the year after that, if we get this kid Harper, we could be a really exciting team. But the fact, like I said, it's 6 years ago, this was unheard of. Our recruiting classes in football usually come in around 60, 65. And in basketball, it's usually same thing, 40, 45 in that arena. At this point, July, there's only a month left, really, basketball to turn this around, to go negative. But even if we drop to 15, it's incredible. And football, we're at 24 now. It's unbelievable to me. So I had to mention that. Shout out. I guess maybe we're getting NIL money, the secret money going through. I don't know. Which brings us to your friend and mine, Oxy Magic USA. That's right. Oxy Magic, OXY, MagicUSA.com. Now listen, let me tell you something, Dave. This is not your normal carpet cleaning place, okay? There's no hoses over. They got this machine comes in. I saw the guy do it here. It's incredible. It's all green. It's got the safer choice. The EPA is getting involved with them. It's all, and it's quick. It dries easy. The carpets smell and look great when it's done. The average drying time is 1 to 2 hours. They do wall-to-wall carpets, area rugs, upholstery. They get involved with tile and grout. They clean all that. It's completely getting involved. There's 80 locations nationwide. Visit OxyMagicUSA.com, OXY, MagicUSA.com. they're offering 0% financing if you, Dave and I, choose maybe someday to open up our own Oxy Magic. You know what?
It's already in the works.
Great.
It's already in the works.
You could be, because right now, on the bottom of your face, it says Dave Sturchio, Chop Sports Media. Why don't we add another one that just says carpet cleaning?
Sure.
Oxy Magic USA. So it doesn't fit. You have to, I know you won't get rid of your name. So OxyMagicUSA.com. Get on there and you'll end up getting in touch with Tommy DeMeo and his beautiful wife, Natalie. They're very good in pickleball. He thinks he's God's gift to the pickleball world. Listen, Tom, I haven't been playing as much. I'm moving. I had the heel injury. He wants nothing to do with me. If he's like the 5th seed, I'm the 12th seed. He does not want me. That's like the Wake Forest coming in at the 12th seed. He does not want me on the pickle court, but he does want me. Oxy Magic USA.com. OXY MagicUSA.com. I love that carpet cleaning. So give them a call if you want to own your own business. They're the place to go to. And matter of fact, they're going to be doing my new apartment. I think I have a room that's got to be carpet cleaned. Maybe we'll do another barter, Tom, or maybe I'll pay for it this time. If you sign up for Beer League, the series on Indiegogo. Jimmy Palumbo is selling his soul here. Matter of fact, the devil called me 4 times. I haven't called him back yet, but I'm willing.
He hasn't left one voicemail. He just keeps calling.
He just keeps on calling. And eventually, when the devil calls, you will take that call. So I think Evaldi, signed a deal with it. He couldn't pitch for the Yankees. He goes there. Now he's unhittable. So anyway, Oxy Magic USA. And here's another thing. Mike Caprio is involved trying to get his carpets clean. So listen, Tom, if you're listening, Tom probably hates the show at this point. He thinks it's like I got 7 million listeners. And all I have is the Sturchio family. Which, listen, maybe the Sturchio family has dirty carpets right now. The timing couldn't be perfect. Your mother and father are saying, you know what? Jimmy's right. Time to clean the carpets. It's the summertime. Kids are back from school. Grandkids running around. You got to have clean carpets. Maybe I should just say right to your wife, listen, this is Sturchio. It's time to get the carpets clean. As Dave says, no, we'll leave them as is here at Shea. And also Sam Grasso. Sam, you're not on my Patreon. You didn't
Sam's the man. Listen, Sam is Chop Sports official utility player. Okay, he does it all.
I'm well aware of Sam Grasso. Well aware here at Shea. But listen, what's the matter? Things are tight. You can't give up the $3.
Listen,
what? Can I do my own Patreon?
He's bought so many cards and memorabilia shit from Chris. It's like,
oh,
yes.
So wait, so Sam's choosing to support Chris,
yes,
and not me. I'll tell you what. Listen, at the winter meetings, this will be discussed amongst my GM and my owner. We may go heavy. The Sam and Kyle show is coming to Jimmy Palumbo show with rolls and beer. You know what? Listen, how about we do this in one episode? You have 3 daughters in college. You know what? I'll put all of them in the movie. Family package here. You know what it should be? $5,000 gets your entire family gets in an episode.
There it is. Done.
Right in your kitchen. We'll just come to your house and Johnny Trino walks in and says, I just got 2 hits. And I walk out. That's the episode. No, we love you, Sam. I'm busting your balls. All right. So that's it there.
Chris Payne getting involved here. He's a New York police officer. Officer Payne. He's a big Jimmy Palumbo fan. So
okay.
Yeah.
You're not related to the Paynes from Colonia, are you?
No, he's from Staten Island.
Okay, like Clarky Payne and
no, maybe
Payne.
He is. I don't know. He's a dirty cop, so it doesn't matter.
Look at that. See that? Now he just cost him his pension. But don't worry, if you subscribe to Patreon, you don't get a pension. The Jimmy Palumbo show has extensive employee benefits. It's unbelievable. Like my human resources department, I got like 8 people. Right? There's so many benefits. I mean, come on. Filthy co-op. That's funny. Anyway, my daughter got involved. She's graduating middle school. She graduated last week. She is on to high school. I have a daughter in high school. Now, Dave, you got your cute little kids. I see those little posts. And I'm like, he just doesn't see the wave coming. You're out there surfing on a gorgeous little beach with your 3-year-old and 1-year-old and the little jet fans running around. Everything's fine. And you're getting little warnings. It's like a bad movie on Lifetime. Dave, waves and storms are coming. No, it's fine. My kids love me. I'm Big Daddy, blah, blah, blah. Oh, boy. When my daughter's great, though. I'm only kidding. It's just dealing with middle school stuff is crazy.
And might I add, for young aspiring Natalie, She is also more popular than you, according to Facebook.
She has more. I know. So that's the thing. Listen again. My daughter, when I post a pic, I'm jiggling again. When I post a picture of my daughter on Facebook, I get more response. You think I'm running for president? Okay. When I post anything from Beer League, I get like 3 likes. You know, what is this? And I have someone, and I pay someone to post those things. It's like, I know Dave Sturchio, who's doing a fine job social media. And of course, we were laughing. I called Dave. I was like, Dave, something's wrong. When I post something, we get nothing.
Jimmy, they just like your daughter way more than you. That's all. I hate to break it to you, bro.
The Jimmy and Natalie Palumbo show from downtown. It's just amazing. I know we were talking about those of you scoring at home, the whole algorithm thing with the internet. Anybody, listen, I believe there's a little guy in a cave somewhere off the China seas he's got a little shitty iPad and he's running all of social media because you cannot figure anything out. You post certain things, you get no response. And then you post some things, and Dave was telling me about the links. They don't want you to leave Facebook. Facebook's like the mob. Like, you're not allowed to leave it.
Yeah, now you can't leave.
Yeah, and people over 40, you know what? I think you're a creep if you're over 50 and you love Instagram. I think I'm right about that. Just stay on Facebook. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God. It's like, if you're over 50 and single and you're still going to Match.com, I mean, come on, you got to get involved with these new ones, which I'm on none of them. But yeah, I just don't get any of these social media algorithm things. I don't get it. But we will be promoting the shit out of Beer League, the series. We will get to 1,000 subscribers. I think we're averaging like 3 a day.
You're at we're about to be at 500. So
500, and then we're halfway home.
I have to put this in there. Chris says you're on Grinder.
I don't know what the hell that is.
You don't want to know. But anyway, so whatchamacall. So at one point, Chris pointed this out. You might remember Chris. He used to host the show with you.
Oh yeah, Chris. Chris, you know what I'm doing? I'm doing a Where Are They Now series next week. Interns and hosts of the Jimmy Flimmers Show.
There was a brief moment where if you took the average of the first 4 episodes, you were batting 706. Okay. It was very exciting. Now you're up near 800, so you're good. Like you're really cleaning house. So
listen, we're averaging. I think we're averaging what 530 views a day, averaging. And
listen, it's climbing, man.
We're climbing. We're getting there. People are digging it. And obviously, listen, I'm well aware. I went to a comedy show this weekend. I saw Jim Norton and Florentine.
Oh, really?
And Dave Smith and some guy, Brian Bedoin. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Really funny guy. Bedoin, something like that. Up in Sugarloaf, New York, about 45 minutes north of me. It was very cool. I got to meet Artie's manager. He seemed very upbeat about Artie's situation, which is cool. So I think you're going to hear some news out of the Artie camp.
How's he about promoting the show?
Yeah, he has not
about that.
They have not posted it on Artie's social media. Which
right. It'll come.
I'll do someday. I'll do a 60 minutes on that. And listen, Dave, it takes 11 seconds to post something.
Less, actually.
Some guys are busy. They don't have that kind of time. You know what I mean?
It's all right.
But they don't realize how big this thing is going to be. And but someday Artie and Ralph Macchio will come crawling back to me once Cobra Kai shits the bed in the last year.
Yeah, it's only they're on the 5th season, so no big deal.
Listen, guys like Ralph Macchio, huge career. He did nothing for 20 years. He had a beautiful comeback with Cobra Kai. But listen, Father Time, eventually everybody's career will die with Beer League, the series. Once your career's over and you got nothing going on and you're old and gray, you come to Beer League, the series. And we got room for you here at Shea from the Omni in Atlanta. So I'm moving, which is awful. I'm packing. I got stuff all over the place, dealing with realtors who most of the time suck, and title searches and all this different stuff. I'm moving 200 yards away. I'm packing up. Things are a mess. I can now finally pack up my shitty kitchen studios. I think we are closing tomorrow. We were supposed to close on Monday. It got moved to Tuesday, now Wednesday. I got painters want to get involved. And listen, anybody who moving sucks. I don't care. I think like marriage, moving, and one other thing, and death. Can I
read this text that you sent me from the other day? Just because I think it's
hang on.
It's you. It's you in a nutshell.
Wait a minute, hang on. Let me see what I sent it just to you.
It's just to me. Yeah. It's listen, you were just like, hey, I'm moving, packing. 8 people watched the last episode, right? You're in bitter Jimmy mode. Okay. Bitter Jimmy is alive and well today. Can't stop the beast. I said, blah, blah, blah. Go move. You replied, fuck you. Fuck social media. Help me move. I'm like, first of all, that is literally, if there was a list of 1 million things to do in a day, a 1,000,001 would be help Jimmy Palumbo move 200 yards down the block. I'm telling you right now, would not do it. Moving is terrible.
It's terrible. But listen, everybody has a price. And Sturchio driving up the chops. I'm sure Chop Studios has a U-Haul.
Yeah.
Chop, pull right in.
It's all, yep.
And then the only problem with the reason why I couldn't hire you and Chris to help me move is because the day before we move, I'd be like, oh, okay, Dave's a big guy, he lifts weights. We'd have to hear Chris would be like, I move more boxes than Dave does. He would be telling me he's the best mover ever in the history of.
And then he would pull something on the way up.
Oh, no doubt about it.
It would be me, for 20.
Yeah, it'll be me and Dave moving. Where's Chris? He heard something happened with his stomach. His earlobe fell off or something. We don't know where. He is the Giancarlo. We gotta get this guy in the lineup. Poor Chris. He's usually. I can't believe he's not listening. He's definitely.
He might be. He's busy with some of our social media stuff that we got.
I love Chris. I just bust. You know what it is with it? We used to bust your balls on the show.
I know.
If you're not here, in order to avoid getting your balls busted, you got to do the show. That's
right.
That's what it is. But anyway, yeah, it's brutal. I'm fat. I mean, fatter than I was now. I am job of the Hut here at Shea. I haven't been able to run around enough, play pickleball, get the body. I'm eating like shit. Opening up a new bottle of margarita mix last night. Like, what's this? Tequila getting involved. So yeah, next time I move, it's St. Gertrude's from Sam Grasso. That's so true. Yeah, totally right. Listen, moving sucks. I know what I have to do. I have to call the cable company. They got to change the shit. Oh my God. They suck.
Ain't never going to watch another Yankee game this
year.
Listen,
I'm giving advice. So I think people should just call up the cable company and say, hey, how you doing? Just say you guys are great. Even to make that phone call is 2 hours. Sir, what do you need help with? No, I'm just trying to tell you guys you're great. Oh, hang on. Call this number, hit number 2, then number 6, and number 8. That'll get you to the person who you can tell that you're great.
And it'll be also recorded for quality assurance.
It's unbelievable. So I know that's at least a 7-hour. And I'm just going to bring the boxes. I already packed them up. I'm just bringing them over there. But I did the smart thing. Those of you scoring at home, Dave, I took a picture of the back of the cable boxes, those serial numbers. Because how many times you're on the phone, they're like, okay, I got your boxes underneath the TV. And they're like, can you just read off the serial number on the back of the box? You're like, that's at least 27 minutes. I got to move shit. There's dust all over the place. I got the Yankee game on a day game. I'm flipping it over, trying to watch. This is awful. Anyway, and then at the end, you get the email. How were we? You want to just say, fuck. I told one lady one time, do not send me an email asking how you did. Because I know you get paid better if a positive response. If you don't send it to me, I will not contact them. If you do, you're going to lose 25 cents an hour by the time I'm done. So anyway, speaking of miracles, I'm trying to get Beer League, the series going. Chasing Miracles, getting involved here. Phototherapy patches, chasingmiracles.com. You got to talk to Tommy and Donna. These things are cool. I decided to actually show you what the packaging looks like. Performance bundle. These little patches. This is what they look like. And you put them wherever your problem is. You got a whole explanation there. And they put them right on like the swimmers do and Vanessa and Serena do. And you put these on for 12 hours and you keep them off for 12 hours. And it helps for all kinds of stuff. Reactivates your body's stem cells without putting anything into your body. Is research on it. Google it. Look it up online. Just give Tommy and Donna a call, chasingmiracles.com. All right. Well, listen, Oh, one last thing before we get off this fine show here. This show is just going to be called "We Bash Chris." Did you watch the documentary Arnold? Did we discuss this already?
I'm about one episode deep on Arnold.
I loved it.
Obviously, I didn't finish it, but I think he's a fascinating guy. I think his work ethic is beyond ridiculous. Right. But like, I'm at the part where he's just about to get into acting. So like, I got the bodybuilding part out of it, and I'm like,
which I didn't know enough. I didn't know a lot about that.
He's an ox.
Yeah, I mean, he was like a 6-time.
Mr. Universe.
I think he walked away. He walked away being the best. When he got beat. Supposedly, the part I loved on the documentary is he got beat a couple times.
How could he beat me? He's not as big as me. He's not big.
Yeah, but then he was like, and then he says, I shook his hand and say, "You will not beat me again." And they say the way they show it on the documentary, I don't think it's true, but like he went right from the competition. Can you imagine you're hanging out in the gym, right? And you don't know what's going on. You're some fat fuck lifting weights at this cool gym. And all of a sudden, Arnold Schwarzenegger, 6-time Mr. Universe, walks in after a loss, and he starts throwing weights around. It's like,
get out of the way.
The manager just said, everyone, I'm so sorry. Arnold's on his way. You all have to leave now because you're going to get hit by weights flying all over the place. But yeah, the only thing I hate about, they did touch on some of the negatives that he did. I didn't realize that he actually wasn't as bad a governor as he tried to get things done, but he tried to do it in a certain way, and politics is just different. Yep. But some of the negatives, I mean, fooling around with the nanny there and having kids that are already 12 years old, some of that stuff. But when I don't know if he produced this, I guess he did. Same thing with the Jordan show. I prefer documentaries that are done without the other person involved, because then you get the dark side or the happy side. But it's what's good about, like, I didn't know anything about Arnold Schwarzenegger as a weightlifter, and this totally filled it in. Totally kept I watched all 3 of them. I was digging it, and he's older. He still lifts weights like a badass now. And stuff.
Yeah, dude,
and,
crazy.
I think overall Arnold's a good guy. I think he's a happy guy. He's a very proud American. He talks about that. Like, I just love this country. He saw a couple of movies. He saw the movie Hercules when he was a kid. And it's like, that's who I'm going to be. So I recommend that. All right. We're at minute 56, LT. I think it's time. I want to thank all my chatters: Sam Grasso, Chris Payne, Robin Achani, Dorothy Stadler. They're only 3 or 4 minute episodes, Dorothy. Go to YouTube, self-explanatory.
Where's the rest?
Where's the rest? Robin Achani getting involved. And Kyle Kerms, of course. Now this just came across. You see this? Kyle Kerms is executive producing Beer League, the series. Unbelievable.
This is great. It's on his IMDb now.
And Sam Grasso. Oh, Sam Grasso's kids all failed out of college. So we have another executive producer here. Oh, this is unbelievable. This is big news. Also, Eric Davis and Bob Sheehan. I call him Sheehan. Patreon.com, Patreon. All right, man. Thanks a lot. Have a good weekend. So next week, 4th of July is Tuesday. We're not doing that, I guess. So we'll do it the 5th.
Yeah, or that or the 3rd.
Nah, that's I'm going to be down in Seagirt, down at my brother's shore house.
Yeah.
So we'll do it on Wednesday the 5th.
Sounds good.
I don't want to skip a week. We usually don't.
No, that's fine. Let's do it.
All right. All right. All right, man. Have a good weekend. Have fun with the kids.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.